We're going to be talking about raw vegan pasta today and how you can get creative and how you can avoid feeling overwhelmed. Our special guest is Lena. Her Instagram is Lena Laloon. I'm going to put it in the chat. You can get the bundle. Buy the bundle, you guys. There's only just about 3 days left. And you can get it from the link in our bios, or you can go to Lena. I'm gonna put her Instagram in here so you guys can go follow her too, because she's one of the creators. Hold on, Lena Laloon. She's one of the most creative creatives in the bundle. So please go give her a follow and go check out her stuff. I'm going to invite her in. Next level pasta made raw. We made one of her recipes and it's mind-blowing, so I really want to talk to her. I'm excited.
Hello.
Ooh, hello.
I'm so glad we finally made it.
Me too. I'm glad you're safe. Yeah, if anyone remembers yesterday, or 2 days ago, we were supposed to do a live, but there was a fire, and so we had to reschedule. But I'm so glad that we can hang out together and talk about your amazing, mind-blowing contribution to the bundle. If I wasn't a creator, like if I wasn't in the bundle or whatever, and I was just like watching all of us do all these lives, I would buy the bundle for your ebook. You're welcome. I think it is so creative. As a creative myself, and like thinking of like the different ways to make stuff, I've always thought about making pasta, and I've thought like, how could I do it, to roll it, to make it look like whatever. And your recipe for the penne alla,
Yeah, me too.
I always have a hard time saying arrabbiata. That recipe is mind-blowing. I hope people go to your page and go to the link in your bio and buy the bundle so you can get her ebook, Next Level Pasta. Not only are you getting my wraps book, but
so
you're
many
getting
others.
book
It's
and
so crazy.
many others.
Like how many? 40. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 40. And it's funny because I don't think people realize how
It's
much
almost
there
overwhelming.
is in the bundle. There's 40 things. And everything is brand new. We all made these things brand new for the bundle for you guys. But yeah, Lena, so tell me, how did you come up with these recipes? Like they're so unique and so wonderful.
When I talk to people and I tell them that I'm raw vegan, the first thing I hear from them is always, oh, I could never do this because I love my pasta. And then I thought, well, okay, everyone knows zucchini noodles and cucumber noodles. We all know this already. So I thought I really wanted to create something with a more, so that the texture is really like pasta. And then I had the idea because I thought people are already creating all different kinds of dough. So pizza dough and you with your wraps. So I thought basically the same thing, because pasta is also made from dough. And then I just thought I could make a wrap, and I rolled it up and it worked out. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that recipe, if anybody wants to watch my video, I did a video every single day for the whole month for the whole
feels
month,
like a month.
for the whole time of the bundle. It feels like a month. It does. But I did a what I eat in a day video every day on YouTube. So I have like 4 left now. And Lena's was on the second day. So if you guys want to watch that, where I make I just show like the rolling process. If you want to see what it looks like, send me a DM and I'll send you that video. It's so cool. And I loved it because it was so light. Like it didn't feel heavy with just vegetables, low fat. The sauce was awesome. I can't wait to make more stuff from your book. It's wonderful. But you're right. Like most people say they can't give up pasta.
That's the most common thing. And well, you don't have to.
Yep.
And it's
Exactly.
even
You just get
better. It's
creative in
even
the
better
kitchen
than
with
cooked
lettuce.
pasta, in my opinion, because cooked pasta is plain, and you have to add so much stuff to make it tasty. You have to add so much, especially salt and oils and all the spices. And yeah, with vegetables, it's already tasty.
Exactly. I love that you bring that up. Another thing that, like next to pasta, another thing that people say they can't give up is cheese. And you have cheese recipes.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about
I
your
also
cheese
created
recipes?
some cheese recipes for the pasta as a topping because I was addicted to cheese like crazy. I would put cheese on literally on everything. And it's because of the hormone, no, it's not a hormone, it's a protein, casein, it's called, in the cheese, and it makes the baby cow addicted to her mother. So no wonder we are all addicted to cheese. Yeah, and in my book, I also have cheese recipes. I have vegan mozzarella, gorgonzola. I love the gorgonzola. And it's, yeah, made with nuts. And I also use spirulina powder. So yeah, you can, you can also, yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I know.
You can also
Oh, go
use it
ahead,
as
go
a
ahead, go
topping
ahead.
for salads. That's also really delicious. And you don't need so much. It's so intense in flavor. For example, the gorgonzola cheese, you just need a little piece and it's already enough for a whole salad. It's great. And it's still low fat. So yeah, because you don't eat the whole cheese at once.
That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. That's like the because I have some fermented cashew cream cheeses in my wrap book. And the thing is, like, what people don't realize is like you can have nuts on a low fat diet. Like, I get so many people who are like, is it fat free? Is it fat free? And it's like, well, it's not about fat free. It's about eating appropriate amounts of fat and enjoying life and enjoying it, because we do need fats in very small amounts. So having a small amount on your pasta or on your salad or spread in a wrap is totally okay if, you know, everything else is really big, right? Like a big salad and lots of the
eat so much
vegetable
food throughout the
pasta.
day, and then it's, you know, at the end of the day, it's all in balance again. So yeah.
Exactly. So anyone out there who's worried about, like, you know, the fat percentage, the bundle itself is geared towards a low fat raw vegan diet. Like, everything has portion sizes. Like, you know, if it's too much, then just have, you know, this much would be an appropriate amount for your day or whatever. So we gear it towards low fat, but it's not no fat.
Yeah.
Oil free. Always oil free. So we also wanted to talk about overwhelm. So that's a really big thing. Oh, before we begin that, someone's asking, do you use nutritional yeast on your cheeses? I personally don't in the wrap book. It is a totally optional ingredient,
but it's not necessary at all.
Yeah, it just adds that little extra flavor. But if a person has any reactions with it or doesn't want to consume it, you're totally cool. Like, it's not, So for overwhelm, that's such a big topic. How did you feel overwhelmed when you first started?
Not really, because I was already vegan, and I started to cut out gluten and oil and salt before I was raw. So it was not really so difficult for me. But I can see that it can be difficult for people, especially with social media. I think that's the first thing I want to bring up, because people go to, for example, to Instagram, and then they see all these beautiful pictures and they look fancy. They look like it's a lot of work. And in reality, it can be really so easy. So like I said, with raw food, it's so much easier to prepare it. You don't have to cook anything. You don't have to clean your pans afterwards. You just rinse your Vitamix and then you're done. And yeah, so it can really look like it's a lot of work, and it's just complicated, but it's not in reality.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, I've noticed that too. When they're new to the lifestyle, they hop in and they're like, it looks like it's so incredibly challenging to do these. And it's like, if you just plan your day. That's another thing too. Like people feel like overwhelmed with like all the stuff that they might have to do with going raw. And it's, if you plan it and decide exactly like, I'm going to make this recipe in the morning, this recipe for lunch, and this recipe for dinner, then you're able to have a plan and you're able to make it work for you. But it's about having the plan and knowing what to do and when to do things. Because like, for example, if you wanted to make your pasta, like, you know, some of the recipes take a little bit of time in the dehydrator, right? We're not sitting there watching the dehydrator.
You don't have to sit in front of it and watch it all the time. You can go on with your day, so it's not that much work.
So really the work is in just like blending it and putting it in the dehydrator, but you have to know when to do that. And that's the biggest key to really seeing the overwhelm.
And just make it a habit to prepare things.
Exactly. Yeah. Someone's asking or saying, I still need to cook for the family and go to work and run the school runs. Like busy people are busy. So they feel like they don't have time. And that can feel overwhelming. Do you have any advice for somebody who is?
I would say just start with what you have. You don't even need to make recipes that require a dehydrator. Just grab fruits, fresh fruits. This is the fast food. It's already made for you and it's delicious on its own. You don't have to add anything. Maybe make a quick smoothie. That's absolutely a fast meal. So you can just prepare a smoothie, take it with you. Like I said, fruit, bananas are perfect. Even salads are not so complicated. If you make the dressing maybe the night before, then you have it ready in your fridge. And then you have to just chop the ingredients for the salad, throw it into a bowl, dressing, and done. So it can be really easy, in my opinion. And you can make it as easy or as complicated as you want it to be.
Someone in the chat is also saying, it took me no time to blend up the wrap and put it in the dehydrator. And this is true too. And this is a big reason why I'm really excited about the wrap book, is because it's going to be really helpful for people who are really busy or going to work and going to school or traveling or whatever. Like you could make them and take them on the airplane. Like you could have wraps on the airplane or whatever, but it really only takes maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes to blend it. It's like blending a smoothie,
everyone
basically.
Should have 10 minutes blend a smoothie to make this. So.
Yeah, and a few times, like Nate and I have been like so busy doing all these lives and you know, like answering questions and trying to help people. And so at the end of the day, we're like mentally like, oh, we just want to go to bed or whatever. But then we're like, oh well, if we just took the time to do the wrap, then we'll be happy tomorrow that we did it. We'll be like, oh, so glad that I took the time last night when I didn't want to. So I actually really like Mel Robbins. She has the 5-second rule where you actually count down out loud and you say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you just get up and do whatever it is you need to do. And so we're like, okay, let's just do it. It's only 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and then we're so happy. Yeah, someone's asking, wraps are in the bundle? Yes, you're not only getting Lena's Next Level Pasta book, but you're getting my wraps ebook so that you can make
Check it out, definitely.
Well.
Don't miss out, because people, they wait until the last day and then, they miss it. So get it now. Yeah.
Get it now. How do you help people when they feel overwhelmed with information? Because there's a lot of confusing information out there, and that can make people feel overwhelmed as well. How do you respond to that?
Start and feel within your body what feels best for you, and maybe start with baby steps. So maybe you just replace your breakfast. Just start with fruit for breakfast, and don't listen to anyone who tells you something you should go overnight or you should do this and that, and it can be too much. So really start little baby steps, and then work your way up, and maybe after 2 weeks you feel fine and you're familiar with your breakfast and it's a new habit for you, and then you can go to a fully raw lunch, and then again do this for 2 to 3 weeks, and then you can do a fully raw dinner if this is something you want to do. Not everyone wants to be fully raw, but just go step by step, I would say. And then if it's all comfortable with you, then you can listen to all the information and it will not overwhelm you so much because you already have the habit. And
That's great advice. It's so great advice to go one day at a time and to not worry about not knowing everything, because no one knows everything. No one knows everything. I don't know everything. Like we're all constantly learning and constantly growing. So it's really important to realize that you as well are constantly learning. And I kind of say it's like learning a language. You can't just start learning a language and expect to know, or speak fluently with a scientist in that language overnight. Like we can't, it's just not something that we can do. So being okay and accepting that and knowing that it's going to be a journey. So if you don't know something or you're confused about something, ask multiple different people and ask their opinions and what they think, and do research yourself and really dive into like one subject instead of feeling like you need to know everything all at once, because it's really challenging when we're bombarded with so much information, and we have to really relearn how to eat. And that's a big thing when we have busy lives and we're trying to enjoy our life. We're like, oh, now I have to relearn how to eat.
Relearning is harder than learning something new. So.
That's so true. That is so true. Relearning something is harder than learning something new. Yeah, because we're dealing with our past habits and our past knowledge and things that we've been brought up with and that we believe for so long. It's really hard to change
and we
our beliefs and what
certain
we think
habits
and
with
stuff.
memories from childhood. Or it can be really tough.
And feel very overwhelming. What about the perfectionism part? Like this is like one of the biggest things that if you can't be perfect, you don't do it. And then online people say like, oh, you're doing this wrong, or you're wrong about that, or you're whatever. Like they say a lot of stuff online, and I hear a lot of things too. And I really have to just release it, like send them love and be like, I'm on this journey myself. I'm sharing my thoughts and my opinions, and it's okay for them to have opinions too. But when it becomes judgmental and people are judging each other because of what they're doing or what they're not doing or whatever, that's when it's like it's showing insecurities, right? When people start to judge others. So how do you help people who feel like they need to be perfect in the eyes of whoever, or they need to be 100% perfect raw, or they're not going to heal, or they're scared of cooked food, so they're like, they do raw because they're scared of eating cooked food or whatever? How do you deal with the perfectionism?
I think they should just focus on what they have right now and what they are able to do right now, because don't care for the future. It will all fall into place suddenly, but right now you can just focus on what you have and what you are able to do. And if someone tells you you should, this is wrong and this is wrong, then you're just too overwhelmed. And there's no right or wrong. You can just do what feels best for you again. So and I also think people think it's black or white. There's also something in between. You don't have to be 100% or just don't do it at all. There's something in between. You can work your way up.
I love that. That's so true. There's always in betweens. And another thing that I watched a reel the other day, and somebody said, slow progress is good progress. And then the other person in the reel said, why are we labeling progress when progress just is progress? We're labeling good or bad progress when progress is good in any way, right? Like it's always good. And so progress, like labeling things is actually what creates a lot of overwhelm, because we have to be a certain way, or we have to do a certain thing because somebody else thinks that we should, when it's really just like coming into our own and finding what works for us and what we resonate with. And that's, we're not going to please everybody. And I know like being on social media is interesting because I get a lot of comments from a lot of all different kinds of people, and whatever they say is valid, but you know, I got to do me.
And I also think it's pretty helpful if you focus on the things you will get instead of the things you have to give up. So people think, oh, I have to give up cheese now, I have to give up my burger, I have to give up pizza, and then, well, I have to give up, I can't do this anymore, I can't, and guess what? Well, if you keep telling yourself you cannot, then you cannot. So it's also the mind plays a huge role too. So yeah, and instead you should really focus on the positive things. For example, my skin will clear up, I will have so much energy, I can eat all the nice cream I care for. So yeah, really focus on the benefits you will get, and then it's much easier. Yeah.
So true, so true. Focusing on the benefits instead of all the negativity, all the like, you know, anti this, or like we're not, you know, whatever it is. People have like their ideas and everything, but instead focusing on what we want out of it, and doing it because we love it, not because we have to. Because when you said have to, it always feels like a chore, like I have to do it. But if you change just one word, and you say, I want to do it, or I get to do it, or I'm excited to do it, it gives you so much more empowerment to actually make the choices that you want to make.
You have to know why you're doing this. And also sometimes if I'm with other people's, other people eating out also, and they say, well, I'm so sorry for you, you cannot try this, or you cannot eat this, but I don't want to. So it's my choice. It's not like a torture. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that you say that too. I know I get that too. People are like, "Oh, well, you can't have this," and I'm like, "Well, I
want,
could.
but I don't want to."
Yeah, but it's like it puts the power back into your hands. Like when you say, "I can't have pizza, and I can't have cheese, and I can't have this, and I can't have that," food is in the power, right? But when you say, I choose not to have the pizza, I choose not to have this, and I choose a salad instead, you're in control.
It's a conscious choice, and you have to make it. Yeah, no one can make it for you. It's your choice. Yeah.
Exactly. So in that sense, how do you help people who say that they can't make the choice? Like either they're too busy, or they just can't choose the healthy salad. They don't want the healthy salad. Like how can we like shift that part? Because that's a really hard one, when people don't want it but they want it.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. People they tell you, I really want to change, but if you are not ready to really change, then it's hard. I mean, you really have to make the decision and then just do it. Otherwise, I don't know. What's your opinion?
Yeah, I agree. I know this is such a challenging question, because we all know what we should be doing. Right? Like we should be going to bed early and drinking our water and going for exercise, but it's like, it's for some reason it's hard, and we want to do it, but we don't do it. And so when I talk about that kind of stuff, that boils down to habit. So in order to start doing these things that we want to do, like we want to eat healthy, we want to go to bed early, we need to start building the habit. And in order to build the habit, we have to plan and schedule our new habit. And then, like you said, just do it. Like just do it instead of like making excuses.
It's hard
which
for
is
me
so
too.
hard.
For me, it's sleep. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I just go to bed too late. Yeah, we all.
Yeah. And another thing too is to not feel guilty about those choices, because I've been talking a lot in the last couple lives about having your choices not be mistakes, but be learning opportunities, right? Like, what can you learn about you going to bed late? Like, what can you learn about planning for the next night? Can you plan for the next night? And also thinking like how you're going to feel when you go to bed early, getting excited about going to bed early.
The next day, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we have to get excited about our new habits and then plan them so that we actually do them. It's so interesting how habits are, but also the habit of getting into healthy food prep is a good one to work on as well, because if we can get into the habit of making our smoothie in the morning, and then it becomes habit, it's like easy, like we wake up and that's just what we do, just like brushing your teeth, or feeding your companion animals if you have like pets or anything. Like you wake up and you feed them, right? So when you feed them, you drink your water, if that's something that you're trying to implement in your life. But or getting into like a meditation practice, you have to like set alarms on your phone to remind you that you need to do the thing, and you also have to set aside time.
That's the hardest thing for most people. I mean,
yeah, I know we all have 24 hours, but some of us use those 24 hours for a lot of things, which is really important to us, right? Like, our jobs, our family, our adventures that we go on, spending time in nature. It's like, it's really hard to split that time up, but we also have to remember to give time to ourselves. And that can include food prep and exercise and meditation. That's time for us, so that we can do our jobs better, so that we can take care of our family better, so that we can enjoy nature better.
I also want to say, it's not only about the food. We also have to concentrate on other things, because we have so much more in life than only the food. So we have relationship, movement, nature, and it's all one big thing. If we only focus on food, we will also not succeed. Yeah.
Yes, I am so glad that you brought that up too, because so many people feel overwhelmed that they have to get their diet perfect. And then they think if they get the diet perfect, everything is going to fall into place, because they're told online. That's why I don't like absolute statements, because people are like, if you go raw, you'll heal this. If you go raw, this will happen, right? Like they're giving guarantees, which is, it's like, it's doing a disservice to the person, because the person is expecting this result. And if they don't get it, then they're disappointed, and then they say raw doesn't work, and then, or they like blame the diet or whatever. It's like, it's not just diet that we have to work on, and we have to work on our sleep and our exercise and our nature time and our passions and being happy, right? Like being happy and working on our interpersonal skills too, like as human beings, learning to listen to the other person and validate them, and try to not judge others, and be like, working on those kinds of things, so that we can be better humans to each other as well. So we're not like constantly stuck in a circle of judgment and, all that. But it's life is, it's a full-time job taking care of our bodies.
Yeah, that's true. So we also have to find, we just have to find a way to release stress, because we all have stress. That's a normal thing today. So, and if we can release stress, then the diet part is also not so overwhelming anymore, because you're more relaxed, more calm about everything. So I would really recommend to find a way that calms you down. It can be anything.
Yeah, that's so good. That's such a good point. Like, when you're in a state of
seems
stress,
to be overwhelming.
Thinking everything. Not just the diet, but like your job and your family and all the stuff you need to do, and your summer that you have planned, and you're like, too much. And that's the importance of like calming and meditation. And actually, for those of you who bought the bundle, there is a yin yoga course in there, and there's an introduction to sacred sound healing in there as well. So if you guys want to get the bundle, the link is in Lena's bio. Go to Lena, go give her a follow, because she's amazing, and get the bundle from her link and enjoy more things that don't have to do with the diet. Like there's a mindset, like Manifest Your Dream Life from Louise. There's
from
also
Ted
an introduction.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, yes. There's a
There's
mindset
also,
one from Ted Carr too. There's also an introduction to DBT from Lexi, which is like coping
not
mechanisms.
that,
Did you
not
do that one? I haven't been able to.
but I have to look into it. Yeah. It's just so much. It's overwhelming. But
Yeah. What would you say? What would you say to people who buy the bundle who are
I can
overwhelmed
totally
with all the
understand.
things in it?
But I would say maybe just grab one book or just a few that resonate with you, and then you can go through it. Maybe make one recipe each day, and then just from this one book, and then maybe after 2 weeks or so you can go to the next book, because you have it for life. So yeah, there's no need to hurry up.
Yeah.
Do it step by step.
Exactly. You don't
Yeah,
have to read all 40 of them tonight. It's not possible. I know. Yeah, there's a lot of content. There's a lot of courses in there too, like video courses. There's the Food Freedom course from Miriam, which is mind-blowing in itself. Like that one is really good for dealing with the relationship that we have with ourselves and with food. My husband has a kitchen essentials course.
That's also
for
great to
beginners.
not feel so overwhelmed, because you can just pick what you need and what resonates to you, and then just leave the rest out.
Exactly. Yeah. And not everything, like you said, not everything will resonate, or you might open one and you might read it and be like, oh, this is a cool book, but it might not be one that you use regularly, which is totally okay. And the whole goal is for you to get re-inspired with new ideas, like Lena's pastas, my wraps, and
Can you tell us which wrap is the easiest one for beginners to start with? So,
the easiest one, I would have to say the Italian herb pizza wrap is actually a really good fun one for beginners. They're all really easy, but like if I had to pick, the everything but the bagel one is probably the most popular. I've seen people have been making it and tagging me all over the place, so that's been one that everyone's wanting to make. The caramelized onion one is really good. The honey I love mustard one is really good.
They look
there's just so many good ones.
I have to try them. Tomorrow I'm live with Chris, and I will make the Thai curry from his ebook. Yeah. So, and then I plan the next day I will make a wrap from your book.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I recommend blending the wrap the night before. So like before you go to bed or after dinner or whatever, blend the wrap, and then it'll be ready the next day for you.
It just takes 10 minutes to roll it up. Yeah.
Exactly. And then you have a ham salad.
This name. It's so great. Yeah.
Isn't it great? It's so great because not only are you eating the salad that's inside, but the wrap itself is it's made with fruits and vegetables.
Salad wrapped into salad.
So yeah. Angelica, who made the Yin Yoga course that's in the bundle, she's actually the one that came up with the name, because we went for a hike about a year and a half ago, and we made burgers. So we had the burgers in the lettuce bun, right? And we were eating the burgers, and she joked, and she was like, it's like a hand salad. And we were laughing so hard at it. So every time after we made burgers, she would say, you're eating a hand salad tonight, not a burger. And so when I wanted to make the wrap book, I was like, so cool. I'm going to call it hand salads and dedicate. Yeah, so fun. But thank you, Lena, for joining us today. You are
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. And for anyone watching, please go get the bundle. There's just over 3 days left. That's it. Yep. So it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's going to be over Thursday. So if you want to get the bundle, get it now before it's gone, because this collection will never be back the same way ever
Yeah.
again, right? There's stuff in this bundle that's exclusive
Yeah.
to the bundle. So you want to go grab it. Click the link in Lena's profile. So go visit Lena Laloon. I have it pinned in the chat. Or you can go up here and find her. And then go grab the bundle from the link in her bio and enjoy all the goodies that we have for you.
So thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Any final words before we go?
I just want to say thank you so much. And I would say to everyone who's listened, just listen to your own body. Don't get so confused from all these opinions out there. Everyone tries to tell you something new, something is wrong, so you should do this, you should do that. No, just listen to your own body, and yeah, that's, I think, advice.
Beautiful, beautiful last words. You're amazing. Thank you for being you, and thank you. I love your earrings. Those are
Fruity
precious.
lifestyle.
Pretty lifestyle. It's awesome. All right, girl. I love you, and have a great
almost
day
bedtime
or evening.
for me.
Almost bedtime. All right. Yes. Go to bed.
Thank you. Ciao.
All right. Love you.